like dinner or something. And one of the frozen pizzas he ate was a Jack's pizza, and I had never heard of Jack's before. And I was curious about if it's good or not. So, this particular one that we got with our groceries. I mean, I'll never say no to free pizza, of course, but it was pepperoni and sausage and cheese. And so my favorite frozen pizza, and I don't eat them too often, but my favorite frozen pizza is a Red Baron. Just give me the pepperoni Red Baron pizza. Give me. I like Red Baron a lot. This pizza did not rise as much as a Red Baron does, or as thick as a Red Baron is, but it was okay. It was okay. It was free, but I probably won't buy one. I probably wouldn't buy one, but I can definitely see the appeal. There was like 10 pieces of pepperoni on it. And not that much, not that many pieces of sausage. It was pretty sparse in terms of toppings, but it was okay. It was okay. So the worst pizza I've ever had, like they say there's no bad pizza, and maybe that's true, because so I used to used to do radon mitigation system installation. Like there's the episode of The Office where they have to test for radon. If the tests came back with high levels of radon, I would have to go in and put it into the system to, mitigate the radon. All that entailed was, depending on the house, if it had a cement foundation, had a basement, you drill a hole in the basement floor, and then you scoop out like a shop vac's worth of dirt, maybe more, depending on the substrate under the house, what kind of dirt it is. If it's gravel, like little pebbles of gravel, you don't need to take out a ton. So the goal of a radon mitigation system is to make a path of least resistance for the gas. Sorry, this is a tangent, not about pizza, but so radon is a noble gas, and it's considered a carcinogen, at least from what I recall. This was years ago now. But it's a carcinogen because it's a noble gas, so it's bit off neutrons or whatever it's called, and it could there's a chance it rips the tissue in your lungs when you breathe it in, and it can cause lung cancer and all that stuff. Um, so the mitigation system's goal is create a path of least resistance for the gas underneath the building up under that builds up underneath the cement or whatever underneath the house, um, to just exit and it doesn't sit in the house. So you draw a hole in the cement floor, dig out the dirt, then you run PVC tube. That's how we did it. I'm pretty sure my NDA is over, but it doesn't matter anyway. They can't find me. I don't know. So you run PVC up and out of the house, or in some cases up through the house into the attic, and then hook up a little fan to the tube that creates that sucks there out of the basement and pumps it out outside. And so, getting to the pizza part of this, we would be out. So we would have 1 to 2 jobs every day. And if it was a crawl space, that was like a whole day job. Was just the crawl space. I hate crawl spaces so much. I never want to have to go back in a crawl space ever again. But unless it's like you can kind of stand up in it. But then it's not really a crawl space, or it's like a massive house. Anyway, so we would get in the truck in the morning. I'd be there at 6 a.m. We'd load the truck with the stuff we needed, and then head out. And a lot of the jobs we had to do were like 2 to sometimes an hour and a half to maybe like 2, sometimes even 3-hour drives. So you'd spend a lot of time in the truck every day. So in the morning, we would take the truck down to the gas station and get some food there. Because I did not have enough. If I want to eat at home before going, I'd have to get up at like 4:30 or something. But so you get in the truck, and then we'd get breakfast or whatever. And sometimes we'd be out late enough that we're like, okay, we have to stop for gas again, or probably should, because it's like a 2-hour drive back or whatever. And there's a gas station chain in my area that has like a kitchen where they make like fresh food, supposedly. Well, I bet like the burrito, they may have like breakfast burritos and stuff like that. Those are probably fresh, but they have pizza. Those are probably just frozen pizzas, maybe. I got one night or one afternoon, and it was terrible. It was not cooked through yet. The cheese was all melted and stuff, but the dough was still doughy. It was terrible, and it was like $6. So, I guess the worst pizza I ever had was just a unbaked pizza. So, I don't know, but I never go there to that gas station chain anymore, late enough in the day to get their dinner options. Their breakfast options were actually pretty good. They have lots of burritos, breakfast sandwiches. They have one that's a Belgian waffle sandwich. That thing is so good. And it's also very sticky. It makes your fingers sticky. But the sandwich is so good. And then they had, I don't remember what it's called, but it's tater tots, bits of bacon and sausage, sometimes bits of steak, but most of the time breakfast sausage bits, and then white gravy and like cheddar cheese. It's so good. It's so good, but terrible for you, I'm sure. But that gravy is really good gravy. Anyway, sorry. Tangent over. Thank you for sticking with me through the ad break. Thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, I've had that in forever. It's like sometimes you get the hankering for like school cafeteria food because you maybe you just miss it. And I graduated in 2018. I'm got out of there before COVID, but because I don't know if I would have made it. Um, but my schools, uh, in elementary, you had the choice of like the daily thing, chicken sandwich, yogurt, and a slice of pizza. That's what I remember. We had the options for, um, and milk, a quart of milk, chocolate, skim, or 1% milk. A choice of those three. Um, and so in elementary in my state, my district or whatever, they don't give you school lunch till you're in first grade because kindergarten was split into half days. So you would have uh, morning kindergarten, and then they would leave at like noon or something like that, and then another class would come at like 2 because I guess my class was too big, or that's just how they did things. Because there were not that many kindergarten classrooms in my school. Maybe there were 3, maybe 2, because they were the largest classrooms in the building. Um, and so we had our desks, and then we would have like a period of time where we got to just play, burn some steam. And they had playhouses in the kindergarten classrooms. I don't know if they're still there, but they were like plywood. It's like in the corner it was in this corner, with white walls and a red roof, and it was maybe like 4 feet tall, um, and there was no roof, so the teacher could like see inside, or if a kid got hurt, probably just to keep it. And there were like the little play kitchens and stuff like that. And then there were a couple, 2 or 3 computers. I rarely ever got to play on the computer. Um, and then there was a tub of Duplos and stuff. Uh, anyway, so they're like the largest rooms. They have their own bathrooms. So that's how kindergarten worked. But we would have nap time or like quiet time where we would turn the lights off or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I was in kindergarten. But um, we would have a break time where we would get a carton of milk. So you would get to kindergarten that morning, and the way our teacher did it, you would take your name, which was on a laminated piece of paper, and then put it in a basket, depending on which milk you wanted later that day. If you wanted skim or whatever, you put it in that basket. If you wanted 1%, you put it in that basket. If you wanted chocolate, you put it in the other basket. And then it was 2 kids' jobs: take a red wagon. Is it a red rider or whatever those wagons are called? You take that wagon, and then you pull it down to the gymnasium and take it to the and you would take this piece of paper, hand it to the lunch ladies, and they would load your cart with all the milk cartons. Then you take it back, and then you would drink your milk. I remember there was one day where we watched March of the Penguins. Well, we had our milk, and I think I might have fallen asleep. March of the Penguins was like 2005. Yeah, 2005. So I think it had released that year. I'm pretty sure. March of the Penguins. Where's the June 24th? So that would have been before that school year started. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we watched March of the Penguins one day. It was like the whole the whole day, because it's an hour and almost an hour and a half, hour and 25 minutes, and then they did a sequel in 2015, I think. Um, uh, so, yeah. I've told this story too, but I would have our kindergarten teacher would read us a story every day, or every once in a while, and they had these swatches of carpet, like little cuts of carpet or little rugs or whatever. And she would sit us down on the floor, and we would sit on these little swatches of carpet, and she would read us a picture book or something. And I've told this story before. I'm still very proud of it. I think I was pretty clever. There was one red piece of carpet, one red rug. Everybody wanted the red rug because it was the only red rug. It's hard to say fast. There was only one red rug. So, of course, every 5-year-old wanted the one red rug because you're the cool kid or whatever if you get the red rug that day. And I got it one day, and so we would get in line, and you would just take the rug off the top of the stack. We would just put them in this big stack. So you would get in line, take one, and then after story time, we would get in line and put it back in the stack nice and neatly. So I had figured out I either need to be first in line to put it away, or last in line to put it away, or remember that my place in line where I put it back so I can get it again. So I figured out that if I get in line last to put it away, I can get it. And if I can get in line first to get my rug, I can get it every time. And I remember, I have this memory of we're sitting, and then the girl sitting next to me is like, "Oh wow, Ketchup, you get the red rug a lot. You sure are lucky." And like, yeah, yeah. I don't remember how long I kept that up, or if I just got bored of it or whatever. But I'm still proud of it. It was smart. Look, it was pretty smart. Yeah. Kindergarten was fun, but we didn't get school lunch until first grade because then we were at the building all day. And so my parents would be like, "Oh man!" When we were in school, they would make the food. They would bake rolls and things, and they don't do that anymore. They probably don't have the budget for that, or the time. I imagine like there's so many, be so many rolls. So in elementary, I would usually every day I would get the first to second grade or whatever. I would get yogurt every day because it was a cup of Trix yogurt, and I loved Trix yogurt. And then they stopped getting it, apparently because they discontinued Trix yogurt. Now it's back in like different branded things. It's not explicitly marketed as Trix yogurt, but it tastes the same. There's the strawberry kiwi, and watermelon yogurt and stuff like that. Similar to a Go-Gurt, I suppose, but it's in a cup. It's so a little thicker than Go-Gurt. Also, I haven't had Go-Gurt in forever. This just doesn't sound nice to eat Go-Gurt anymore. Like, it's just kind of, I don't know. So I would get Trix yogurt every day, and then they stopped giving us the option for Trix yogurt. Then it was just this parfait. It was like vanilla yogurt with oats and strawberries. And I do not like strawberries. Well, I'm okay with them now, but when I was little, I did not like eating strawberries. So I just stopped getting the yogurt, and then I would get the chicken sandwich every day, which was definitely like a thawed or reheated chicken patty, like ground. It was like a big flat chicken nugget. When I was in elementary, and I would get ketchup packets. So you would go in, you would line up alphabetically. Then you would go in. You would line up outside the cafeteria, by class. So they would send each grade had a different lunch period. They would go um, one at a time each grade, and then you would have a certain amount of time to go eat lunch and then to go to recess or whatever. Or they would do it where you would go to outside to play recess first and then go inside to get lunch. Um, if the classes were too big or whatever, too many kids. Um, and yeah, so you'd line up, tell the lunch lady your student your school number or whatever, your student number, and say, okay, blah blah blah, you're good, and then you go get your stuff, and then outside of that there was a little salad bar with like pickled chips and carrots and maybe carrots, there's lettuce and things. Hi Gwen, thank you for the raid, thank you sweetheart. Mwah. How you doing? Oh, read. Nights into Dreams. Did I say that right? Thank you for coming with the raid. Thank you. Hi, Gwen. Oh, not raid. Sorry, that. Excuse me. I did? Okay, let's go. Hi, Gwen. How are you? How was stream? How'd it go? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome. If you don't know me, I am Ketchup Tipper, your local Teddy Variety streamer. I do ASMR like this every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And Sundays we do handcam ASMR. People seem to like those streams. And the rest of the week we play games. Every Monday we're playing Beastie Ball. It's a creature collector game. Same genre as Pokemon, but instead of training your team of monsters to fight to the death, you train them to play volleyball. And it's really good. Has some really nice quality of life features, like having their move sets, learn sets, all that stuff in the game, in like the Pokedex, their base stat totals in their Pokedex entries. It's mind blowing the amount of quality of life features in this game. It is early access though, so the game is unfinished. There's a lot of beasties don't have their animation cycles done or anything like that. They're just static PNGs. Some aren't even colored. And every Tuesday we play Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. We're trying to finish that before Time Stranger comes out in October. And every Thursday we play Baldur's Gate 3. And every Saturday we play an old Sega game off the Sega Genesis Classics collection. We're a little over halfway now. This is the 33rd or the 34th Sega Saturday this weekend. Tomorrow. I missed last week because I went and saw the new Jurassic World movie. But this weekend, tomorrow night, is Phantasy Star 3. We played Phantasy Star 2 weeks ago now. So, yeah. But thank you for the raid, Gwen. Thank you. Mwah. And Raiders, please, if you enjoy the content, please consider giving us a follow. It would mean a lot. Thank you. We are nearing 900. We are over halfway there. You guys are crazy. It's like yeah. Thank you for the raid, Gwen. Please don't worry about sticking around. Take care of yourself. Get some food. Get some water. Take your meds. Do what you gotta do. Thank you for being here, Gwen. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Hope your stream went well. And thank you for coming with the raid. Nights? Do you prefer nights? Dreams? Thank you for supporting Gwen and her content. Gwen is awesome. Her streams are great. Please give Gwen lots of love. I don't know who else is here, but do it. And thank you, Gwen. Thank you. And Raiders, if you enjoy the content and want more, I upload all my VODs to YouTube if you need more ASMR to help you sleep or whatever. There's a big long playlist. I've been doing pre-recorded videos dedicated to certain triggers every Sunday too after the stream that night. So there's those. And the hand cam VODs are up there too. Um, but thank you for the raid, Gwen. Thank you, thank you. I was just talking about school lunch. I was just talking about school lunch growing up. Um, so I get the chicken sandwich and then I would just put a bunch of ketchup and then pickles on it, or I would just eat the pickles. I remember I would put the pickles in my milk. Be like, hey, look at me! I'm drinking my milk with pickles in it. I could never taste the pickle at all because it's just the pickle. You know, but it's not. There's not enough pickle juice to taste it, and it would separate anyway. Um, but yeah. um, so I would get that every day because they stopped giving us Trix yogurt because they stopped making Trix yogurt. Um, and then every once in a while I would get the daily. Not very often though. One of the times I would get the daily dish of the day, whatever they called it, um, was when they did mac and cheese because it was like the big macaroni noodles, and it was like it wasn't Kraft mac and cheese; it was creamy, and they would give you a piece of cake and some Jello, um, and it was the best because it wasn't like cake in like a wrapper. It was like a cake mix. It was usually just white cake with white frosting on it. Um, that they baked in the kitchen. Um, because I had a friend in elementary who was like, the only day I get school lunch is the day they do mac and cheese because the cake's good and the mac and cheese was pretty good mac and cheese. Um, in my memory, it is anyway. And then in third grade, I had a friend who I don't know why he did this or why I do what, but I'm not a fan of chocolate milk, so I would never get it for lunch. I would grab regular milk, and sometimes they'd be out of 1%, so I'd have to go deal with drinking skim milk. And my friend was in line behind me because we would have to line up alphabetically in his name, you know, alphabet. So he was behind me. So I would get regular milk, and then he would get regular milk because I got it. And he's like, when we get chocolate milk, it's going to be really creamy because we're drinking all this regular milk. And I felt so guilty because I was like, oh, I don't like chocolate milk. I don't remember why he got the same milk I did. I don't remember. But he did. And I felt guilty because it's like, well, I'm never going to get chocolate milk. I think one day I might have just to not feel bad. Because I don't. Maybe I told him we get the same milk, but I don't. I don't remember. I felt so bad because like this has got to be great when we got chocolate milk because we've been drinking this milk all the time. And then there would be days they were out of milk, like completely, so they would have to give us juice boxes. And there were kids in my class that had a dairy allergy or whatever, so they had to get a special lunch, or they had other allergies. And they got like apple juice or orange juice. And I remember, why don't we get juice? I want juice. But, yeah. And then when you got to sixth grade, which in my district was the last year of going to the elementary building before junior high. So elementary was K through 6, and then junior high was 7 to 9, and then high school was 10 to 12. And so when you got to sixth grade, you got to eat seconds if there were any that day. I don't remember if I ever if I took the seconds, but they would wheel out on a cart like, here's seconds, and then it was like first come first serve. You just run up there and grab it. Yeah. I remember being in first grade and then we would have assemblies, and they would order us. They would seat us by grade, so the younger kids would be near the front towards the stage in the gymnasium slash cafeteria. It was one room, and then the older kids would be in the back of the room. I remember being a little second grader and thinking that these sixth graders were like huge and like grown up, and then you're like, no, they're not. When you get older, like, what was I thinking? Yeah, it's like they felt like adults, you know, when you're in the cafeteria in an assembly, when you're a little first grader. And then in junior high and high school, it was kind of the same deal, where you had the daily, and then the sandwich, and then the pizza, and then I think you had to get a salad too. But in junior high, those were all separate lines, and then you would just line up when you got there, because there was first lunch and second lunch, and which you had depended on your sixth period class, or like your third period that day, I think. I think. I preferred second lunch because you go through 3 classes, then you eat lunch, and then you just have one period left, and then you get to go home. Because we split our 8 classes into 2 days, A days and B days, that would rotate every other day. So A days you might have first lunch, and then B days you might have second lunch. And when I was in 7th grade, I would get the sandwich every day, because in elementary I would just get this chicken sandwich every day. Even though it was like, looking back, it was probably just terrible. I don't know why I got it every day. But in junior high and high school, there was a rotating sandwich menu. There were sandwiches available every day, certain sandwiches, and then some days there was a sandwich of the day. And in 7th grade, it was the last year they did this sandwich. Sorry. I haven't eaten it in like a long time. But it was this hot ham and cheese on a square bun that they cut in triangles. They cut it diagonally. So it's just like sandwich meat ham, and like super. It wasn't cheddar cheese. It was like American cheese, but it was super melty. And then sometimes the corner of the sandwich would be all soggy with cheese. I loved that thing so much. It was so good. And then in 8th grade, they just changed it with, I think it was the hot ham and Swiss. I think, which looking back was way better. But I missed the just cheap American melty cheese. Anyway. Hi, Cookie. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you had a good week. It is 7-Eleven. Hold on. I didn't go get a free Slurpee. I don't know if they still do that. Excuse me. Sorry. Goodness gracious. But it is 7-Eleven. Tomorrow you have an exam? Oh no. Well, I'm sure you'll do fine, Cookie. You'll do fine. I'm sure. When I had a test in school, it was like after maybe like a month or whatever of learning that current content in the class, whatever class it was, and then you would have a test on it. And you would take notes. and all that. Then you take the test, and then you completely forget everything you learned. Because they did teach us, like, here's how to write a check. Here's all the bits on the check, and here's what you put in each part. Here's all this stuff about other money stuff. And then we did a test on it, and I completely forgot. I don't know how to write a check, but they did teach us in school. They made an effort to, anyway. So a lot of these tests, it would just info dump on the test and then completely forget about everything almost immediately. Unless it was a class I cared about. History class was my favorite. There was 8th grade, I think. We got to do geography or something instead of a regular history class. I hated that one because it was all a bunch of maps and stuff. That one wasn't as enjoyable for me. It was just a U.S. history or world history or anything like that. I might have that composition notebook around here somewhere. My notebook. But I like learning about history and stuff like that, so. You don't know anything at all, you'll be fine, Cookie. You can do it. You can do it. Taps? Is there anything you would like me to tap on in particular, Cookie? I have the little glass bottle. I have the ice globes. And I have the Gunpla box. You can grab a hardcover book if you like. For maybe a little more of a hollow sound. Anything. What is that? How do you pique your fancy? What is that? What's that? The book? The book sounds good. It has a kind of burlappy texture on the pressed into the cover. That always sounds like a tent zipper to me. Just like the beginning of it. When I was younger, we had a yearly church camp kind of deal. There would be years where it was just our ward. I grew up Mormon, so your ward is your local congregation, and then there's your stake, which is a wider area of collective chapel buildings, church buildings, and then their individual wards. My building was the home building for 3 wards, I think. So, every other year or every 2 years, there would be a stake summer camp. A stake-wide camp, where the whole stake, all the youth in the stake would go to camp. And, my friend, who got me into magic when we were 10, maybe a little older than He hates bugs. He hates bugs. He doesn't even like. He doesn't. He doesn't even like box elder bugs. Which, if you don't know what a box elder bug is, it's a little beetle. Um, the eastern box elder bug. Species of true bug native to eastern North America. Well, we get over here. The western box elder bug, Boisia rubrolineata, is relative of the species and is native to western North America. So there are these little beetles that have these growth stages where they start as little red bugs and then they develop their wings and all that stuff. I think they're really pretty. They have these like beet red eyes on the side of their head, and on their back, their wings they have orange markings on their back. I think they're really pretty bugs. I think they're, and they're relatively harmless. I think I don't know if they're like pests for like farmers or anything. But they're pretty little bugs that you could just pick up and kind of hold for a little bit till they decide to fly away. If you see them touching butts, they're making babies. But we had a steak camp one year, and we would go to a particular campground every year. We would go there for fathers and sons and things like that, because it's this campground where you descended down this little hill into like this little valley, and there's a river and lots of trees, and then this big open field, and then you have the like meeting house or whatever. And every time we would go, it would rain. Every time. Every fathers and sons, every scout camp, every stake camp, every camp, it would rain. At least one of the days we were there, it would rain. I think the last couple of times I went, it didn't. Once or twice. Before I aged out of going to youth camps for church. One night, my friend, it was like we were like getting ready for bed, or it was getting dark, and we had a bit of time before having to go to bed, before curfew or whatever you want to call it. And my friend was standing. The tent he had was this tall, kind of almost burlap cloth tent, and the door was just mesh. So bugs couldn't get in, but he would just stand in front of the tent with like a red Solo cup and just like scoop the bugs off the mesh door. What are you doing? Those are just box elder bugs. And he's like, I know, I just hate them. Yeah, I like box elder bugs. I think they're cute. My grandma usually has a bunch of them in there, in her backyard. She used to have, in the corner of a yard, was like the dirt in my grandma's house in her yard is basically just sand. It is the worst when you don't want to play in it anyway. And in the corner of her yard, she had this wooden playground installed. So we had a playground at her house growing up. And the box elder bugs loved that thing. They were all concentrated practically right there in the playground, the little nooks and crannies in the wood. It wasn't a very big playground. There was like a little bench thing that you could sit on, and my grandpa stuck like an old car steering wheel in it so you could sit on it and pretend you're driving a car or whatever. It had a slide, but it was like two metal barrels welded together And it was not a very smooth slide because it was always also full of dirt from our shoes. But I also did not like playing on it a ton because I hate splinters. I was terrified of splinters. I still am. I do not like getting splinters, um, especially when I was little, because my parents would be like, "Okay, we gotta get the tweezers and pull it out or whatever," and I'd be freaking out. Um, anyway, sorry. Thank you for the trigger request, Cookie. Thank you. So this book, this particular book, I got as a throne gift a couple of years ago. It's called the Book of Unusual Knowledge, with a picture of Stonehenge on the front. There's no like attributed author on the cover. I don't know. I don't know if it was a collective work or anything. So it's just full of fun facts about movies, landmarks, games, art, animals, stuff like individual people. It's a fun read. I haven't read the whole thing cover to cover. We've read bits of it on stream. There is one bit in here about Mormonism, and it's a very interesting story about James String, the king of Beaver Island. If you don't know who James String is, look him up. It was a very interesting fellow who founded a branch of a sect of Mormonism after Joseph Smith was assassinated. He's a very interesting fellow. But I like these kind of fact books. My parents had Reader's Digest when I was younger, so I would use their bathroom so I could read the funnies in the Reader's Digest, because they're the only thing I understood in a issue of Reader's Digest. But my grandpa had a bunch of these like fun fact book things that you would read when you're on the toilet. So last Christmas, I think it was this past Christmas, my grandma gave me a bunch of my grandpa's old fact books. Maybe for a stream we'll pull them out, read a bit more of them. I don't know. I do enjoy just reading Wikipedia articles on occasion too. Thank you for the water, Minori. Hi, Minori. Thank you for the water. Thank you. I can't talk. I watched back a bit of a video I recorded last weekend, and I pick up the mic and then I just say garbledy-gook. I'm like, what the heck did I don't even know what I said. So I apologize when I speak and it's just blah 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 blah. I apologize if you can't understand a word I say sometimes. Okay, there we go. Please go follow Minari if you're not already. She's a pretty jellyfish lady. She does ASMR streams and occasionally game streams. She hit 1K fairly recently and did I don't know if the VOD is still up. uh, where she to to celebrate hitting 1K, the milestone. She played Soma while having to drink thick water, and I watched some of that VOD. I didn't. I know I didn't finish it. I've never played Soma, but I really like watching people play it because I think it's a cool game, but I could never play it myself. Um, but please give Minori lots of love, please, please. She's awesome. She's a very comforting presence. Please give her lots of love, please, please, and thank you. Excuse me. Blub Blubs is your native tongue. That's true. You are a jellyfish. When me and my brother were little, we would just say nonsense to each other, like and we were like, we have our own language. And we were like, and my brother would go, and we were like, okay. We were just saying nonsense. We're like, we have our own language. And it's silly, but when me and my brother were little, I watched, I did and I still do love Zabumafu and the Krat brothers. And Martin and Chris, Martin's the older brother and Chris is the younger brother. Martin wears blue and Chris wears green. So, blue was my favorite color for a long time. I think it probably still is, in some ways. And green was my brother's favorite color, at least he said it was. And then one day, he's like, no, my favorite color is orange now. And I was... I was sad, because like, what do you mean? We're supposed to be the Krat brothers. But, doesn't matter. It's fine. But good luck on your test, Cookie. You can do it, sweetheart. You can do it. But thank you for being here, Minari. Thank you. Hi, CJ. I'm doing okay. Did some lawn work today. And stared at some fish with my dad for like an hour. So my dad got the okay from my mom. So me and my dad traded dressers. A couple of years ago, because the dresser, I had the dresser he wanted, which I got that dresser from my grandma, I think. So me and my dad just traded dressers. The one I had was bigger anyway. So we traded dressers, and that dresser that my dad has now, I think my uncle built, or something like that. Because my dad would say it's built to have a fish tank on it. It's like reinforced or something. I don't know. And then my mom last month gave him the okay that she was okay with him having a fish tank on the dresser as long as it wasn't noisy and smelly. And so far it's not noisy or smelly. And so he was super excited to have fish tank and get fish and stuff. And so he got some guppies from the pet store, and then they all died in like a couple days because I got sick from like ammonia level. I don't know. So he added more plants, and it seems to be doing better. And he grabbed, so in the backyard we have a pond with some duckweed and stuff, like a big variety of, like a large variety of duckweed, not like the little stuff. I don't know if it's duckweed or a different thing. If it's called a different thing. Um, and he got some plant bulbs from the pet store too. Only one of them managed to sprout, which is water onion or something, whatever it's called. Um, so all the guppies he bought died, and to help combat the algae that he's got a lot of algae in there, which is fine. He went to the pond and just scooped up some algae out of the pond. There's a lot of algae in the pond right now, like a ton. But some of the plants he got from like the plant store had some snails on them or something. So we just scooped up some snails and put them in the fish tank to eat the algae, and they are. Um, Thank you for the 69 bits, Lexi. Thank you. Mwah. How are you, Lexi? How you doing? I did look at those pictures. It was very pretty. Was hold on. Where was the cruise to again? Oh. It was very pretty pictures. It was super pretty. You have to even thank you for the 231 bits, Lexi. Thank you. So all the guppies he bought died. No worries, Lexi. No worries. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Um, so, in our area, when you make a body of water in your backyard, you can call Parks and Rec or whatever it's called, and they'll come and put mosquito fish in your pond or whatever to help keep mosquito populations down. Because mosquitoes lay their eggs in water or whatever, and then they're little mosquito nymphs. And they're called mosquito fish because they eat the mosquito larvae. But they're essentially just guppies. they are guppies. So he just took some guppies from the pond and put them in his fish tank. A couple big females and some babies, and then a male, which is like just tiny. They're just tiny little guppy. But they're really pretty fish. They're like a green, and then they have this band of black under their eye, like they're emo or whatever. Like they just cried and their makeup's running, or like bandits with like face paint or something. I don't know. And today he brought home from the fish store. He got 3 cories and he calls them algae eaters. I don't actually know what they're called. To help eat all this algae in the sand in the fish tank. But yeah, there's some pretty varieties of guppy. Tetras are pretty too. But yeah, so he's got plenty of plants in there now, and the mosquito fish haven't gotten sick yet. So, Bocostomus, it's not a pleco. It's not a pleco. I have a friend whose brother got his whole family back into fish keeping, and my friend's brother's plecos had babies, and he's got like 50 baby plecos. They're still not large enough to move, but my dad wants some. But it's not a pleco. I don't remember what it's called. It's a... Oh, it might just be called an algae eater. I don't know. I think it's a. That picture looks kind of like it. You don't. Why don't you like guppies? I get it. There's definitely other. There's definitely prettier fish than guppies. It's a. What? Like there's pictures of it, but none of. Okay. It's not a Siamese algae eater. It's this long fish. Is it just called an algae eater? It might just be called an algae eater. Oh, Grino, Gyrinocilius. Caelus. Gyrinocilius. Gyrinocilius. Yeah, it's a Gyrinocilius. Chalus. Baby having cannibalistic yuckies. That's fair. That's fair. So, if you were in a fish movie, Minari, would you be like the old jellyfish lady? It'd be like run out of your house and yell at the little guppy kids playing like frisbee in your yard. Get out of my lawn, you guppies! Yeah, it's a Gyrinocilius Amonari. As a your character's old. You're not old. You're not old. I'm not calling you old. But if you played a character in a fish movie, you would be an old jellyfish. But jellyfish are immortal, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're not old, Minori. You're gorgeous. Anyway, it's a Gyrinocalius. Something like that. Looks like tiny little sharks almost with mustaches. Thank you. Congrats on getting first, Minori. Anyway, thank you for the trigger request, Cookie. Thank you. Hopefully that was alright for you. Sorry, I feel like I talked a lot through that. Yeah, anyway, my dad got some Corys and a Gyrino Chalus? Whatever it's called. It's an algae eater. It's just called an algae eater, I guess. So we'll see how they fare. Because my dad filled the tank with secondary water from the hose, the same water I used in the pond. So the mosquito fish are already used to that water. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm good, CJ. I'm good. I had pizza for dinner. We got a coupon or something for a free Jack's frozen pizza. Excuse me, with our grocery order from the grocery store. I had never had a Jack's pizza before. I still prefer, after eating Jack's, I still prefer a Red Baron. Red Baron is still the best frozen pizza, in my opinion. Not that I've had every single frozen pizza out there. That would be a fun stream, but that would be stupid expensive and a complete waste of food. So this particular Jack's was pepperoni and sausage, and there were like 10 pieces of pepperoni on there, and like 5 pieces of sausage. There were not a ton of toppings on it, and I don't know. It was more of a flatbread dough. It did not rise much, but it was not. It was okay. but not amazing. Hi, Aya. Hi, Aya. Oh my, stupid. Hi, Aya. Goodness gracious. Hi, Moonlight. How are you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? How are you, Aya? There we go. Please go follow Aya. Please, please, please. She's awesome. She's awesome. She's really good at Muse Dash. Please give her lots of love. Please, please. I'm doing okay. Oh no, ad break. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you get ads, so I can get you those inaudible whispers. But otherwise, I'll get those to you after the. You can hear me, okay. Let me know if you get hit with ads. we'll put a pin in it. But hi, Moonlight. How are you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? I'm good. But yeah, Jack's Pizza it's okay. I'm glad it was free. We got it for free. Okay, anyway. Thank you for the trigger request. Thank you. Here's some inaudible whispers. Here's some inaudible whispers for you. Slurpee Day, yeah, I didn't realize it was Slurpee Day till now. After I started the stream. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of Slurpee. Welcome back for the ad break. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. You may not even have comments, which wouldn't be surprised. I have not seen a single ad on Twitch for like 2 months. And I don't have turbo or anything. I don't know what's going on. It's very strange. Thank you for the water, Minori. Thank you. I felt so bad watching that VOD. Be like, I'm gonna barf. I'm gonna throw up. It's like, don't stop drinking it. Stop drinking it. Stop. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah. They were. They were. I got that burp in time. Let's go. Sorry. So, like last week, I had a weird throat noise after drinking some water. A little gurgle. And, someone commented on my YouTube VOD. Like, that's the craziest one I've heard yet. I listened to it back. Listened to it. And I sounded like a lizard. It sounded like a lizard noise. It's embarrassing. You go ahead. Sorry. Thank you for the trigger request. Hopefully those were alright for you. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to pull my notes real quick. I was gonna talk about something, but I forgot. Oh, right. So, um, when I was younger, there were these toys um, that were targeted or marketed towards uh, girls, but it was cool. You got it was a little Tamagotchi like game, where you have like three buttons and there's an LCD screen, um, and you raise this little blob into a thing, and then the top of this tube pops off, and then a plushie comes out. And I remember seeing commercials for it on like Cartoon Network or whatever. Maybe it was PBS Kids. I don't know. I was like, I want one of those. That's cool. You got a plushie. Um, and so when you get it, from what I remember watching a video about them, the tube is locked. Like there's a lock on it, so you could pry it open to get the plushie out immediately. They're supposed to play the game, play mini games, and then when your little blob guy gets big enough, the tube pops open, and then you get your plushie. And they were like weird blobby amoeba looking things. I guess maybe like giant microbes, which I also liked those when I was younger. I thought they were cool. Um, so I never got one. I don't know if I even saw them at the store or anything. Um, but they were all like randomized plushies, so they were like blind boxes. But you had to play a game first for a couple hours before you got your plushie. Um, and giant microbes. I don't know if they still make new giant microbes. Um, but I have a handful I got for like a birthday or Christmas from my aunt. Because she or like one of my cousins collected them or collects them. So I have a handful. I have the Zika virus, the common cold, a cancer cell, and a computer worm, which is my favorite because it looks like the computer worm giant micro plushie looks like those dog toys that you like fill with peanut butter. Like they look like those little like honeycomb, or not honeycomb, but like beehive shaped things. And that you just fill with peanut butter. It's kind of shaped like that. So it's like a bunch of rings stuck together, and they have eyes, and then they have this big mouth and some antenna. And we used that one in one of the videos me, my brother, and another kid from down the street made videos with. So we we reacted to there's one episode that we made on YouTube. You can find it if you want. But we called them Pokemon and Others. That was the name of the show because there was a bunch of Pokemon plushies and random Beanie Babies and Webkins and things like that. Whatever we had. And we were going to do another show about some Yoshi plushies. We filmed an episode, I think, but it never got edited together or put on a DVD or anything. And so we did 3 episodes of Pokemon and Others that were put on disc, I think. They're floating around somewhere. I don't know where they're at. Maybe we put 3 on DVD. Maybe it was just 2. I remember we filmed one about like New Year's. Oh, yeah, we filmed one about like a New Year's episode, and that one never made it. Hi, Cass. Mwah. Thank you for being here. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? But we did an episode where the gang. Oh no, we're not. We're not. We're an hour already. An hour and 20 minutes in. Time flies when you're talking about nonsense, huh? we go. Please go give Cass some love, please, please, please. If you're not following Cass already, please go follow Cass. Cass is awesome. They're a big old sweetheart. Please, please, and thank you. No, you're not late. You're not late. Cass arrives precisely when they need to. So, we decided we wanted to make little videos with our Pokemon plushies and Beanie Babies and stuff. Probably because our elementary. You're getting a new mic. Let's go. That's exciting. Oh my goodness. What kind of mic is it? What kind of mic? This is. I was the oldest. I think I was like maybe 10, 11, maybe 12. So my brother was like 8. And so I think we were all in elementary. RGB USB with a pop filter and foam on it. Let's go. Let's go. That's a cute emote. Is that Mario? It is Mario. That's cool. It was like there was like an art contest or something in the elementary where you could make a video and submit it. It was like for maybe like a economy thing. I don't remember because we had this concept for this episode, this video. I think we might have filmed it, but we lost heart and we lost interest in making it. It was going to be about our Starly plushie, the Pokemon, selling goldfish to people. He opened a Goldfishos stand. And at the time, we had this bag of, they had like big puffed goldfish with like flavor powdering on them. They don't make them anymore. But we called them Goldfishos in the episode, in our little show. So we used a little cardboard box and wrapped a tissue box in like a dress-up shirt our grandma made us to make a little table and put some Goldfishos on there. And I don't remember what the plot was going to be, but we did make up a jingle, I think, for Goldfishos. All I remember is my brother going, Goldfishos, Goldfishos, and then some words that I don't remember. So we just decided not to do that one, or the deadline had passed and we took too long, or whatever. So we decided to do Pokemon and Others Episode 2. Episode 1 is lost to time. It never existed. Except in my brain, in my brother's brain, in our friend's brain. And Episode 2 is completely different. I haven't watched it. I don't know if I have that. The DVD is somewhere, but I don't know if I haven't been able to find it. I haven't looked for it, I suppose. But Pokemon Others Episode 2 is not the one on YouTube. The plot is the central plot is that Tyrone from the Backyardigans, who I have a Beanie Baby of, I got him for one of my birthdays. And I was kind of upset because I was like, this is Tyrone. I wanted like a cool bear or something. Anyway, I have a Tyrone Beanie Baby. And Tyrone finds an egg. It was just a bouncy ball. But it was a dragon egg. And the dragon Beanie Baby, the Year of the Dragon Beanie Baby, the Chinese dragon, was it the dad or the mom of the egg. And Tyrone took the egg. This is all I can remember right now. I haven't watched it in a while. But Tyrone takes the egg and decides he's going to cook it. And we've had an inside joke since then, because our friend voiced Tyrone, and Tyrone is supposed to say, "I'm gonna be satisfied," but instead he goes, "I'm gonna be certified," and we thought it was the funniest thing ever. It is so funny. And then so the egg goes missing, and the Beanie Baby bears like the regular like looking Beanie Baby bears. You know, they have two eyes and a nose, and they're the bears. They have like there's a squad of them, and they're gonna like try and find the egg or something, because the dragon's mad. And so the general was a green Beanie Baby bear with a soccer ball embroidered on its chest. It was the general because he was green, closest thing to a military Beanie Baby, I guess. And we had there's a peach kind of color bear with a flower embroidered on its chest. We call him Paisley. The flower on his chest is not a paisley; it's like a tulip or something. And he goes Paisley, Paisley. It does a stupid song or whatever, and everybody hates him because he's annoying. So the general's like, Paisley, shut up, Paisley. I'm like, okay, sorry. Anyway, so the bears go looking for the egg, and then they find Tyrone, and the dragon takes the egg back, and something like that. I think that's how the episode ends. It's been a while since I watched it. Hi, 90. Mwah. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? The next video that was finished, I believe, was Pokemon and Others Christmas in October. I believe it was, Christmas in October, where Chimchar and Apom. Chimchar is played by my brother, and I played Apom. And we had another friend who joined us for making this video. He was the assorted background characters, I suppose. And Chimchar and Apom want to hold a Christmas party, but it's in October. No, you're fine, Cass. No worries. Mwah. But hi, 90. How you doing, Spare? How you doing? We reacted to this video on stream when we hit 300 followers. I have that VOD. That VOD is safe. It's on YouTube. It's just unpublished right now. It is unpublished. I may publish it later. maybe I'll publish it when we hit 1K. When we hit 1K, maybe I'll publish it. But it is safe. The VOD is safe. Anyway, they want to have a Christmas party, but it's October. So they go on various escapades. I'm glad I could help you, 90. Mwah. Say happy watching your videos after work. Well, thank you for watching the VODs, 90. Thank you, sweetheart. Mwah. I appreciate you. I mean, that's very sweet of you. I'm happy I can help. That's why I do these, partly because I enjoy rambling about nonsense. You guys like it, apparently. You guys keep coming back. And I like ASMR, and I want to give people the ASMR I like to listen to. So, works out, I suppose. And it always makes me happy when people say I can help them sleep and whatnot, because that's why I do it. So that means a lot, Nike. Thank you. Anyway, Chimchar and Apom want to hold a Christmas party, but it's October, so they have to go get Christmas supplies. So, was the general a rabbit? This rabbit has a name, but I don't remember the rabbit's name. Anyway, Chimchar goes to the store to get Christmas decorations, run by a rabbit. So around me, there's a restaurant chain called Arctic Circle, and around Easter time, they always do in their kids' meals or whatever, they give little rabbit plushies. Around Christmas time, they do bears, I think. I don't know if they still do bears, but around Easter time, they do various colored rabbits. And one of the years was rabbits that had Velcro on their ears so you could fold their ears. This one is yellow, I think. And he runs to the store. and he does it as a silly voice. I think I was the rabbit. Anyway, Chimchar goes in the store, and he's like, "I need a Christmas tree." Oh, you need a Christmas tree? I don't have a Christmas tree. I have a dragon, because so Webkins plushie. It's a citrus dragon. It's this dragon plushie that's green. So like, let's use this. It's tall and green. So it takes the dragon, and so they have the Christmas tree now, and I don't remember what Apom does in the show. Maybe Apom goes to get the Christmas tree. I guess we'll need to watch it. Actually, I can watch it back while I'm talking to you guys about it, I suppose. But hi, chickies. How you doing? Mwah. It's 103 views. Oh my goodness, the light is so harsh. Oh, Apom goes to get the Christmas tree dragon. That's right. Anyway, so I guess I need to walk. Donkey Kong's in this video. I forgot Donkey Kong was here. I'm doing okay, chickies. I am just recounting the plot of videos me, my brother, and our friend made with our Pokemon plushies when we were little. Donkey Kong's in this video. I have a really cheap, kind of crummy Donkey Kong plushie. Because we're going to do videos about a couple of Yoshi plushie brothers. They were going to be brothers. That never materialized. We filmed bits of it, but we never finished it. Anyway, so let me finish this thought and I'll get you a good boy, chickies. So there used to be a website called Think Geek, where you could buy geek items when that was still cool, I guess, like a Death Star waffle maker and things like that, and silly gag things. So one of the things I got for my birthday or Christmas, or I bought myself, is this little can of unicorn meat, and inside is this little plushy unicorn cut into bits. So one bit is the torso, and then there's each leg is one piece, and then there's the head, and it's got X's for eyes, and its tongue is sticking out. So they used they eat the unicorn for the Christmas feast. But yeah, that video was fun to film. Anyway, permanent retainer. Oh no, this is no good. I'm sorry to hear that, Cass. This video was uploaded in 2014, so we might have filmed it in 2014. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. Anyway, if you want to find the video, you can. It's on YouTube. It's 12 and a half minutes. I think it's the longest video we made. And then there was Pokemon Others episode 3, where they hunt down a computer worm. Your day off? Oh no. That's never fun. Never fun having to go in on your day off. Okay, let me get you a good boy. Chickies. So good to see you, chickies. Glad to hear you're good. And in the computer worm episode, I think it's Chimchar, Apom, and then I have a Weasel plushie. Those are like the main cast. And is my 3DS as their computer. And Weasel's like, oh no, I think I got a computer worm. A computer worm! Means we need to get medicine. I think something like that. And then I go, ibuprofen. I didn't know what ibuprofen was. I just knew that was a name of a medicine. It's like, oh, wait, I need to get ibuprofen. Anyway, they get sucked into the computer, then they go on an adventure in the computer. They meet a hippopotamus, and they get in a spaceship, and then it says to be continued, and it will never be continued. Dental, but doctors can be like, guess what? You're not gonna live it down. Broken it multiple times already. Oh no. Okay, sorry. Alright, anyway. Yeah, so made videos with our Pokemon plushies when I was little. Or younger, I suppose. I guess the Christmas in October video was uploaded in 2014, so maybe not. It's 14 we made that. Maybe 13. Or maybe it was just uploaded years later. I don't know. Anyway.
Chunkies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Spending time with me on the streams. Thank you, Chunkies. It's always good to see you, sweetheart. Always good to see you.
Thank you for the follow, Ainzu. Oh, I don't know if I said that right, but thank you for the follow, sweetheart. Thank you. If you have a favorite ASMR trigger, I'd be happy to do it for you as thanks for your follow. If not, that's totally fine. Sounds epic. I think the Pokemon plushies were in the video. But yeah, we used Tyrone as the bad guy. He stole the dragon egg and was going to make an omelet. But hi, Ainzu. Hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for the follows here. Thank you. That is a cute emote. Mwah. Mwah. I do ASMR every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And the rest of the week we play games.
That episode is unfortunately not on YouTube. If I find it, maybe I can upload it one day. I don't know. You're a very, very good boy, Jinkies. Jinkies, thank you for... Oh, I'm very proud of you, Jinkies. You worked very, very hard today. And I'm very, very proud of you. Good boy, Jinkies. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. Such a good boy. Yes, you were. Yes, you are such a good boy. Look at you. Such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Yes, you are, Chickies. Yes, you are. Look at you. Such a good boy. Yes, you are. Good boy. 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 Good boy.
There you go, chickies. Hopefully that was alright for you. Thank you for the redeem, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And then I would do Lego videos with one of my cousins. And we reacted to a bunch of those when we hit 300 followers. Or maybe we can just react to them again when we hit 1K. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do that. Thank you, chickies. I appreciate you. Thank you for the redeem. Thank you, thank you. Did you watch Backyard Against the Cast? I would watch it at my grandparents' house when I was younger because we didn't have cable. It's 4 a.m., chickies. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for being here, chickies. Oops, sorry, that sounded loud. That was probably really loud. But good night, chickies. Hope you get some good sleeps. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending time with me tonight. Thank you. Hope I'm able to help you sleep. And I hope I don't keep you awake. Excuse me. All right, goodness gracious. I remember we filmed an episode for New Year's involving my Dark Lugia polka doll plushie, which I've come to find out last a couple months ago that it's actually a bootleg. I got it for like $18 on Amazon when I was in like junior high, and yeah, it was a little upsetting because like, oh man, I have one of those. But when you look at it, yeah, you could tell it's a bootleg. I still love it nonetheless, but we used it in our New Year's episode. It was like angry at the mayor or something, and I have a Cherim plushie, daytime Cherim. She was like a reporter, reporting the news. I don't really remember the details of that episode's plot, though. Sorry if you can hear my sister in the other room. She's probably playing Roblox or something. I actually kind of want to read more of the Wikipedia article about box elder bugs. So, growing up here, my state has a county called Box Elder, which is named after the tree box elder, and then the beetles are named after the tree too. Um, I, I think, I think. But box elder bugs are really, I think they're really pretty little beetles. I like their colors. They have red eyes. Their squishier parts are red, and then their wings have these orange markings on them. They're pretty little bugs, but they make lots of babies. Are everywhere. Um, okay. Boisia trivitata, also called the eastern boxloader bug, box bug, or maple bug, citation needed, is a species of true bug native to eastern North America. The western boxloader bug, Boisia rub. Oh, okay. Let's read about this one then. Oh, there's not much here. Aside from having prominent red veins on its corium. What is a corium? The corium is the thickened, leathery basal portion of the forewing, or hemelytron of an insect in the order Hemiptera, suborder Heteroptera. Specifically, the large anterior portion of the basal region is the corium. It is found in the western North America. Adults are 9 to 13 millimeters in length. The thorax and wings are black with red lines, and the abdomen is red. Nymphs are bright red and gray. Both nymphs and adults feed on box elder. In fall and winter, adults might be noted migrating indoors to hibernate. I don't know if I've ever seen a box elder bug inside unless someone left the door open. It's a relative of this species and is native to western North America. Eastern box elder bugs are found primarily on box elder, other maples, and ash trees. Trivatata is from the Latin tri, 3, plus vitata, banded. Biology and description. The adults are about 13 millimeters, or 0.51 inches long, with a dark brown or black coloration, relieved by red wing veins, and markings on the abdomen with dark eyes. Nymphs are bright red. Eastern box elder bugs feed almost entirely on the developing seeds of box elder, maple, and ash trees. Eastern box elder bugs feed, lay eggs, and develop on box elder trees, most commonly occurring on female trees as they produce seeds. Eastern box elder bugs prefer seeds, however, they also suck leaves. They can be frequently observed on maple, as these trees provide them with seeds as well. Eastern box elder bugs overwinter in plant debris or protected human-inhabited places and other suitable structures. Taxonomy in similar species. The eastern box elder bug is sometimes confused with insects belonging to the genre Jodera, Phyrochorus, and Melicorphus. They may also be confused with the western box elder bug, Boisia rubrolineata, which are the ones we have, I guess, over here in the west, which are near relatives in the same genus. The name stink bug, which is more irregularly applied to the family Pentatomidae, is sometimes incorrectly used to refer to Boisia trivatata. Instead, eastern box elder bugs belong to the family Rhopalidae, so-called scentless plant bugs. However, eastern box elder bugs are strong-smelling and to discourage predators will release a pungent and bad-tasting compound upon being disturbed. This allows them to form conspicuous aggregations without being preyed on. Eastern box elder bugs are also sometimes confused with milkweed bugs, genus Lygaeus, for having a similar appearance. Citation needed. May 2024. Range. Eastern box elder bugs are a native species in North America. The current range of this species covers eastern United States, southern Canada, Mexico, and south to Guatemala. There have also been many sightings of them in South Africa, but there is a high chance that these individuals are part of the species Boisia fulcrata, another related species. In 2020, the species was introduced as a non-native species in Chile and is becoming an invasive species in that region. The introduction follows the use of maple trees as ornamental plantings. Overwintering, sometimes in homes. Eastern box elder bugs are not universally considered pests within their native range. Eastern box elder bugs are harmless to people and pets. During certain times of the year, eastern box elder bugs cluster together in large groups while sunning themselves on warm surfaces near the host tree, e.g. on rocks, shrubs, trees, and man-made structures. This is especially a problem in the fall when they are seeking a warm place to overwinter. Large numbers are often seen congregating on houses seeking an entry point. If they gain access, they remain inactive behind siding and inside of walls while the weather is cool. Once the home's heating system becomes active for the season, the insects may falsely perceive it to be springtime and enter in inhabited parts of the home in search for food and water. If there are any openings that allow them to do so, once inside inhabited areas of a home, their excreta may stain upholstery, carpets, drapes, and they may feed on certain types of houseplants. In the spring, the bugs leave their winter hibernation locations to feed and lay eggs on maple or ash trees. Clustered masses of eastern box elder bugs may be seen again at this time, and depending on the temperature throughout the summer. Sorry. Read that like that was going to continue, but that was the end of the sentence. Their outdoor congregation habits and indoor excreta deposits are perceived as a nuisance by some people. Therefore, eastern box elder bugs are often considered pests in those contexts. The removal of box elder bugs in maple trees can help control box elder bug problems, populations, but can also result in the loss of a native tree. Providing ample native woodland or other natural landscape helps eastern box elder bugs overwinter without becoming a nuisance, along with helping many other species within the same ecosystem, such as ground bees. What are ground bees? Bees are winged insects. What are ground bees? Okay, I've never heard of ground bees before. Are also native to North America. Relationship to agriculture and gardening. Although they specialize on eating the seeds from maple, box elder, and ash, they may pierce the other parts of the plant while feeding, but accidentally. They are not classified as an agricultural pest and are generally not considered injurious to ornamental plantings. They are known to damage some fruits in the fall when they leave their summer quarters in trees and seek areas to overwinter. Feeding the bugs produces dimples, scars, fruit deformation, corky tissue, and even premature fruit drop in strawberries and some tree fruits, but they are not major agricultural pests. Predation by other animals. Spiders and cats are minor predators, but because of the box elder bug's chemical defenses, few birds or other animals will eat them. The box elder bug populations are not affected by any major diseases or parasites. So, for some reason, um, so I grew up Mormon, right? And they have like the things that are going to happen before Jesus shows up again, and a bunch of those things are like generic things like wars and rumors of wars. The moon will turn blood red. It does that because of science on occasion, right? Because of the air or whatever. So I remember I would go to seminary in junior high. I started seminary in ninth grade because ninth grade is technically when you're in high school, right? Um, and seminary is like it's called a free period in your like school schedule, but you just go across the parking lot to a little church building, and it's basically Sunday school, but it's at school. And my first year of seminary, so they rotate books that they study each year of seminary. My first year of seminary, so they rotate it like 1 year's Book of Mormon, the next year, or 1 year's. My first year was Doctrine and Covenants, which is like the prophetic writings of Joseph Smith, and then prophets up through Snow, I think. So like, I think the most recent addition to DNC was when they allowed black people to have the priesthood and go to the temple in '78. So hasn't seen an addition in a long time. Anyway, my first year of seminary was Doctrine and Covenants. The next year would be Old Testament, the New Testament. Then my last year of seminary was the Book of Mormon. Anyway, DNC has some stuff about the Second Coming, and the Book of Mormon does, and stuff like that. And I remember thinking, like, so Jesus is going to show up, he's going to land on Mount Olive, and then the mountain is going to be split in half, like that mountain in Halo Reach. That's what I pictured. And then all this terrible stuff is going to happen. But to me, I guess I wasn't, like, maybe I didn't think about it hard enough. I was like, I'm not worried. I'll be, like, life has been through way worse than that. Life is going to survive. I remember I was sitting at the kitchen table eating breakfast or something, and my brother brought it up, or maybe I did. And I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Life survived so much worse than that. It will be fine. The life on the planet will be fine. But my brother was like, no, I want to survive. I was like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. I don't know. Maybe that's weird. I don't know why I'm talking about that. No one cares. But because they talk about the second coming being really bad, and there'd be going to be a bunch of famines and droughts and all that. Um, but like that's not too bad compared to other extinction level events. Uh, obviously the Great Dying is the worst one we kind of know about, where 96% of aquatic life died and 75% of terrestrial life went extinct. Something like that. Like the oceans were literally a soup. Um, it was there was very low. Okay, let me make sure I'm getting this right. The PT extinction event, yeah. Permian Triassic. So it marked the end of the Permian and the beginning of the Triassic. This is before. This is the event that kind of made let dinosaurs take over in a broad sense. Okay. Extinction patterns. Hypotheses about cause. There's a lot here. This is a very long Wikipedia article. This is like a whole stream worth of Wikipedia. Um, okay, let's see. Volcanism. So there is like I guess we can just read it. Just read it here. It'll give it to us in the first couple of paragraphs here. The Permian Triassic extinction event, also known as the PT extinction event, the late Permian extinction event, the latest Permian extinction event, the end Permian extinction event, and colloquially, however you say that word, as the Great Dying, was an extinction event that occurred approximately 251.9 million years ago, at the boundary between the Permian and Triassic geologic periods, and with them the Paleozoic and Mesozoic eras. It is the Earth's most severe known extinction event, with the extinction of 57 of biological families, 62% of genera, and 81% of marine species. Previous estimates of 90 to 96 marine species extinction were due to historical conflation with the end Capitanian mass extinction, which occurred 7 to 10 million years earlier. Okay, so I was wrong. And 70% of terrestrial vertebrate species. It was also the greatest known mass extinction of insects. It is the greatest of the big 5 mass extinctions of the Phanerozoic. There is evidence for 1 to 3 distinct pulses or phases of extinction. The scientific consensus is that the main cause of the extinction was the flood basalt's volcanic eruptions that created the Siberian traps, which released sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide, resulting in euxinia. Euxinia? Does that? No, that doesn't. That doesn't have a pronunciation guide on that. Oxygen-starved sulfurous oceans. That's what that means, I guess. Elevated global temperatures and acidified oceans. The level of atmospheric carbon dioxide rose from about 400 parts per million to 2,500 ppm, with approximately 3,900 to 12,000 gigatons of carbon being added to the ocean atmosphere system during this period. Several other contributing factors have been proposed, including the emission of carbon dioxide from the burgeoning oil and coal deposits ignited by the eruptions, emissions of methane from the gasification of methane calthrates. What the heck is that? Is a solid calthrate compound, more specifically a calthrate hydrate. Okay. Oh, I guess it's just when there's a bunch of methane stuck in the earth, maybe. Emissions of methane by novel methanogenic microorganisms nourished by minerals dispersed in the eruptions, longer and more intense El Nino events, and an extraterrestrial impact that created the Guinha crater. I've never heard of that crater. And caused seismic release of methane and the destruction of the ozone layer, which increased exposure to solar radiation. Dating. Previously, it was thought that rock sequences spanning the Permian-Triassic boundary were too few and contained too many gaps for scientists to reliably determine its details. However, it is now possible to date the extinction with millennial precision. UPB zircon dates from five volcanic ash beds from the global stratotype section and point for the Permian-Triassic boundary at Meishan, China, establish a high-resolution age model for the extinction, allowing exploration of the links between global and environmental perturbation, carbon cycle disruption, mass extinction, and recovery at millennial timescales. The first appearance of the conodont Hynodous parvus. What are conodonts? What is a conodont? A fossil marine animal of the Cambrian to Triassic periods having a long worm-like body. Oh, they're worms. Maybe? Jawless vertebrates belong to the class Conodonta. They are primarily known from their hard, mineralized, tooth-like structures called conodont elements. Okay. That sounds familiar. Okay. Has been used to delineate the Permian-Triassic boundary. The extinction occurred between 251.941 and 251.880 million years ago, a duration of 60 plus 4. What does that symbol mean? With the plus symbol with the little minus symbol. I don't know what that means. 1,000 years. A large, abrupt global decrease in carbon, some carbon isotope. The ratio of the stable isotope carbon-13 and that of carbon-12 coincides with this extinction. Welcome back from the ad break. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. We'll probably call it a night. It's getting late. We'll probably call it a night here in a couple minutes here. Like 5-10 minutes. Who's live? K is live. We rated K last night. We rated Minari on Wednesday. Let's see. There's a lot of people alive right now. Holy smokes. Not many of them are doing ASMR though. Is Zaya live tonight? Convoy is live. We haven't rated Convoy in a while. Sure. Let's see if we can find someone new. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we can raid Convoy. We haven't raided Convoy in a while. Go say hi to Convoy. He's playing web fishing. Okay. Where were we? Carbon-12 coincides with this extinction and is sometimes used to identify the Permian-Triassic boundary and the Permian-Triassic mass extinction event, PTME, in rocks that are unsuitable for radiometric dating. The negative carbon isotope excursion's magnitude was 4 to 7% and lasted for approximately 500 KYR. They don't tell me what KOYR means, though. Though estimating its exact value is challenging due to diagenic alteration of many sedimentary facies spanning the boundary. Further evidence for environmental change around the Permian-Triassic boundary suggests an 8 degrees Celsius or 14 degree Fahrenheit rise in temperature and an increase in CO2 levels to 2,500 parts per notation. That's an M. Okay, I guess it's parts per notation. For comparison, the concentration immediately before the Industrial Revolution was 280 ppm, and the amount today is about 422 ppm. There is also evidence of increased ultraviolet radiation reaching the Earth, causing the mutation of plant spores. It has been suggested that the Permian-Triassic boundary is associated with a sharp increase in the abundance of marine and terrestrial fungi, caused by the sharp increase in the amount of dead plants and animals fed upon by the fungi. This fungal spike has been used by some paleontologists to identify the lithological sequence as being on or very close to the Permian-Triassic boundary in rocks that are unsuitable for radiometric dating or have a lack of suitable index fossils. However, even the proposers of the fungal spike hypothesis pointed out that fungal spikes may have been a repeating phenomenon created by the post-extinction ecosystem during the earliest Triassic. The very idea of a fungal spike has been criticized on several grounds, including Reduvia sporonites. The most common supposed fungal spore may be a fossilized alga, or algae. The spike did not appear worldwide, and in many places it did not fall on the Permian-Triassic boundary. The Reduvia sporonites may have even represent a transition to a lake-dominated Triassic world, rather than an earliest Triassic zone of death and decay in some terrestrial fossil beds. Newer chemical evidence agrees better with a fungal origin for Reduvia sporonites, diluting these critiques. Uncertainty exists regarding the duration of the overall extinction and about the time and duration of various groups' extinctions within the greater process. Some evidence suggests that there were multiple extinction pulses, or that the extinction was long and spread out over a few million years, with a sharp peak in the last million years of the Permian. Statistical analyses of some highly fossiliferous strata in Meishan Zhejiang province. I'm so sorry. I probably butchered those. In southeastern China suggests that the main extinction was clustered around one peak. While a study of the Langfengya section, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Section found evidence of two extinction waves, MEH1 and MEH2, which varied in their causes, and a study of the Shaanxi section showed two extinction pulses with different causes too. Recent research shows that different groups became extinct at different times. For example, while difficult to date absolutely, ostracod and brachiopod extinctions were separated by about 670,000 to 1.17 million years. Paleoenvironmental analysis of Lopinian strata in the Bowen Basin of Queensland indicates numerous intermittent periods of marine environmental stress from the middle to late Longingan leading up to the Permian extinction proper, supporting aspects of the gradualist hypothesis. Additionally, the decline in marine species richness and the structural collapse of marine ecosystems may have been decoupled as well, with the former preceding the latter by about 61,000 years, according to one study. Whether the terrestrial and marine extinctions were synchronous or asynchronous is another point of controversy. Evidence from a well-preserved sequence in East Greenland suggests that the terrestrial and marine extinctions began simultaneously. In this sequence, the decline of animal life is concentrated in a period approximately 10,000 to 60,000 years long, with plants taking an additional several hundred thousand years to show the full impact of the event. Many sedimentary sequences from South China show synchronous terrestrial and marine extinctions. Research in the Sydney Basin of the PTME's duration and course also supports synchronous the occurrence of the terrestrial and marine biotic collapses. Other scientists believe the terrestrial mass extinction began between 60,000 and 370,000 years before the onset of the marine mass extinction. Chemostratigraphic analysis of the sections in Finnmark and Trondelag so sorry, shows the terrestrial floral turnover occurred before the large negative carbon 13 shift. I think that's what that symbol means. During the marine extinction, dating of the boundary between the Dicynodon and Lystrosaurus assemblage zones in the Karoo Basin indicates that the terrestrial extinction occurred earlier than the marine extinction. The Sunjiagao Formation, I'm so sorry, of South China also records a terrestrial ecosystem demise predating the marine crisis. Other research still has found that the terrestrial extinction occurred after the marine extinction in the tropics. Studies of the timing and causes of the Permian-Triassic extinction are complicated by the often overlooked Captanian extinction, also called the Guadalupian extinction, just one of perhaps two mass extinctions in the late Permian that closely preceded the Permian-Triassic event. In short, when the Permian-Triassic starts, it is difficult to know whether the end Captanian had finished, depending on the factor considered. Many of the extinctions once dated to the Permian-Triassic boundary have more recently been redated to the end Captanian. Further, it is unclear whether some species who survived the prior extinctions had recovered well enough for the final demise in the Permian-Triassic event to be considered separate from the Captanian event. A minority point of view considers the sequence of environmental disasters to have effectively constituted a single prolonged extinction event, perhaps depending on which species is considered. This older theory, still supported in some recent papers, proposes that there were two major extinction pulses 9.4 million years apart, separated by a period of extinctions that were less extensive, but still well above the background level, and that the final extinction killed off only about 80% of marine species alive at that time, whereas the other losses occurred during the first pulse or the interval between pulses. According to this theory, one of the extinction pulses occurred at the end of the Guadalupian epoch of the Permian. For example, all Dinocephalian genera died out at the end of the Guadalupian, as did the Verbicinidae, a family of large-size fusilline foraminifera. The impact of the end Guadalupian extinction on marine organisms appears to have varied between locations and between taxonomic groups. Brachiopods and corals had severe losses. That's the end of the dating section. The first section. Okay, maybe we'll read the rest of it Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. But that was fun to read. I understood some of that. Lots of big words I'm not familiar with, but it is what it is. So Andy isn't live, and okay, yeah, we can go say hi to Convoy. He's playing some web fishing. Give me a second to swap my headphones, and we will get the raid going. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, please give Convoy lots of love if you're not following him already. His PNG, his model is super cute. He's got super cute emotes too, just adorable. But please give him lots of love. Please, please. He's awesome. He's super sweet. He's got a cozy voice. He's playing some web fishing. Um, but please give him some love. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the follow, Ainzu. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the 69 bits and the 231 bits, Lexi. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the raid, Gwen. Thank you. I will see you all tomorrow for Fantasy Star 3. I'm gonna go see if there's any of that Chuck's pizza left before I go to bed. I'm a little hungry. But I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for sitting here listening to me ramble about pizza, school lunch, radon, and bugs. And the great dying. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad people like listening to me ramble about nonsense that I care about. It's very sweet of you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Please sleep well, brush your teeth, drink some water. If you haven't yet, take your meds. And good night, guys. I love you all very much. Please be nice to Convoy. Bye bye.